Hey guys, how you living? Welcome to Gaslands Garage. Wild Bill here. Wanted to just give you a little quick video on how I do some of the stuff the way that I do it. Basically going to show you how I am going to take off these tampos on this turbo bot here. This is a pretty cool car, by the way. It's got a gun right there, as you can see, and it's even got the ammo belt feeding up into it. It's kind of a cool look. So, but yeah, you know, it is what it is right now. It's not Gaslands yet. So, this is a car that I'm going to prep for a future build, just because of the cool factors that we have going on there. But yeah, the way that I do it is the way that I do it. Doesn't mean it's the way and the only way. It's just a way of doing it. So you know, take it for what it's worth. You can learn something from it if you need to. If not, just hang out and you might pick up a small little tidbit of goodness here or there. Need to get these posts out because we need to get the car apart. If I'm gonna take off these tampos, there is a whole lot of plastic here, and acetone, which is what we're going to be relying on to take off the tampos, is not friendly to the plastic at all. If you get it on the wheels or any of this plastic stuff, it's just gonna ruin the plastic. So this car's really got to come apart. So let's get to it. That's not gonna work. Too tall. Let's go with the shorter one. Yes, nice and level. Yeah, we'll go right there. Number 50 drill bit, chucked up, and slowly, and I'm putting it right in the center of that post there, as well as you got a post there. So that's where I'm going to be drilling. It's really, I like the new modern cars because they have that divot. Makes the drilling of the cars a lot easier than if you go with, this is an older Silhouette, one of the first ever produced. You can see that it has a flat mushroomed head to the post. These here are harder to drill out. Need to create like a little pilot divot to using a center punch, but real convenient here. So we'll just get cracking on it. Don't want to go too deep with the first drilling. Try to stay nice and up and down, you know, so that you're not coming in on an angle. If you come in on any sort of angle, you're going to cut or drill down through the side of the post as you go. So up and down, nice and straight is very important. Start out slow, just let the drill bit grab, and then you can speed up a little bit. My trigger on this is not, I think it's sort of wearing out on me. I don't typically put the cars in my hand, as I've discussed on another video, mostly because you can drill through the car if you're not careful, and I've done that. And actually, right there, you can see it. Yeah, probably doesn't show on video, but trust me, I've been bit by a drill, and then you only do that once. There we go. A little bit more maybe. Clean out some of that junk. I think I'm going to have to change to a new bit. This one is getting a little tired on me, but still did the trick. Let me turn off my power strip. I don't have power onto the drill while I'm doing a swap. Also, make sure that you have eye protection on when you're doing this, and don't touch your face, because you got all these little metal shards that are being created. If you get those up on your face, they could end up in your eye, and having a little piece of Zamac in your eye is not going to be fun for you. So I advise you not to do it. Again, nice and slow. We changed over to a larger bit here, so that we're grabbing. You can see that I've got. Let me give you that one. You can come on. There we go. You can see I've drilled down into the post. Not a real deep drill. It's not to the part that we're getting to where we're ready for a tap, but just to give us some relief, so that when we use this larger drill, this let me grab this, something to show you. Yeah, I need some. There we go. We're gonna whoop, right here, this outer ring that we've created, we're gonna drill that off, and we're created some relief to that for the larger drill. So this when we get deep enough, probably you'll just pop right off, hopefully. Again, start off slow. You don't want to rush this. And that's a little too quick. I gotta get a new drill. There we go. Be careful not to get into the chassis of the car. That's a little quicker than I'd like to go, but you can see, I'm going to stop here just so you can see what I'm looking at. See how this is starting to peel up on this ring? That's ultimately what we're after. There we go. All gone. Do the same for the back side. Actually, I might not even need that. Looking at it. Yep. There you go. There's the second one. And you can take a pick and see if that'll move out. Yeah, see it right there. There we go. Looks cleared out. Grab a screwdriver and put it in to the side and just pop it loose just like that. And if you need to, you can get in there a little bit more with it. Get that back out. There you go. There we are. Oh, there's a whole lot of chrome there. So there we are. Our body's separated from the car. So all done with that. Simple and easy enough. Now what we'll do is before we get to putting this car back together, I'll take that number 50 drill, excuse me, number 50 drill bit, if I can pick it up here. There we are. And I'm gonna now re-drill this post to the depth of 3/16. That's going to be the inch or the depth that I'm using for my 256 fasteners. The tap will go down in there, create the threads for it. So that's for another video. Right now I promised that we were gonna take off these tampos. Let me now you can see another reason why I have a mat here is I've got all these little metal fragments. I'm going to take that off camera and put it into my bin. So nice cleaner surface to work with. There's two ways of well, there's multiple ways of doing this, but there's two ways that I primarily do this. You can use chemical to it to do this. There's also another way using a Dremel, which the Dremel is abrasive and will mess with the paint. It'll give it a haze, and if you go too long with it, you'll take the paint right off. So with this here, I would use this method only if I was wanting to keep the original paint but wanting to give it a distressed look. That might be a way that you could approach it. Primarily not my first way of doing it. If I'm wanting to retain the paint, I go with a chemical removal process, and I use either one or two things. I use either goof off or nail polish remover. I have these two handy, kicking around all the time, so I use that rather than just going out and buying a big can of acetone, which really is a one-trick pony if you think about it. So with these here, both these are acetone-based products. Varying levels of acetone. This I think has a little bit more acetone than the nail polish remover, because on the nail polish remover you can look and see ingredients: acetone and water. This doesn't have that water dilution that does. So like I said, use both depending upon the tampo. A thicker tampo, I might use the goof off. Something on the thinner side, I'll drift over to the nail polish remover. The nice part about it, my wife buys the nail polish remover, so I don't have to buy the acetone, and we have this goof off. So that's a bonus right there. So I'm just going to lift that up because I don't have fingernails right now. And to do this, I mean, this process here is simple and easy, but there's some cautions. This stuff has a fume to it. I'm out here in the shop where I've got some good ventilation, so not a big deal, not or concern to worry about with that. Also, don't touch your face. Don't get this in your eyes. Follow product safety procedures and all that. I'm just going to apply a little bit of this to the tip of the cotton swab. Not a whole lot. This is, you just want to take a slow, gentle approach to this. Don't rub aggressively. If you do, you could go through the paint and damage the paint, and that's not what we're after. Be patient. Let the goof off do its work. And I'm just going to do that quick bit there. I'm going to come in with a damp cloth, damp, not soaking wet, and just go right at the area that I did to stop that acetone from digging into the paint. And as you can see right there, nice and shiny paint, no damage to it. If I've seen on the on some of the social media groups that some people will talk about sanding these. Don't sand them. You don't need to. This is you saw how fast and easy that is. Plus, you're not scratching up your paint. So yeah, I mean, let me finish that one off right there. And again, come back in with a damp rag. Gone. And still nice and shiny. Look at that. No scratches. Now if you keep going, like if you go overboard with this, put too much of the goof off on, you know, you can get down into the paint. Sometimes if you go too far and you get that haze, you might be able to put a little bit of polish on it and buff it out. It's worth a try. I've done it. You know, I'm not perfect. I'll make the mistakes just like everybody else. Go after this front one here and wipe it down. Gone. See how easy? Real easy. Left a little bit of it behind. Sometimes you don't get it all. You just come back and hit it again. That Tampo is history. So, while I finish this off, you know, you've guys seen how it's done, and you basically, with nail polish remover, you can do the same thing as I did with the goof off. There's really no difference in it. Again, a very, very light amount of nail polish, just like we did with the goof off. But while I finish this car off, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the philosophy of Gaslands Garage. You know, you can certainly approach doing videos in many different ways. I have this approach, this philosophy of I want the channel to really be like a couple of folks sitting in the garage doing what they're doing, hanging out, and maybe a friend learning from a buddy that's been doing it for a while, or even, you know, two buddies that have been doing it for a while, sort of helping each other out, maybe passing some tidbits back and forth. So, you know, for the new guys out there, you know, welcome to the world of doing Hot Wheels. It's a little different than your wargaming. You know, we're not using goof off on plastic miniatures. You know, so these are new tasks for you, new ways of doing things. You use goof off on a plastic miniature, you're gonna melt it. It doesn't happen like immediately, but over the course of using the goof off on it, you'll damage it for sure. But yeah, I mean, I just want to, anybody can do this kind of stuff on a video and make themselves look like a complete genius, you know, with editing and giving you perfection through that editing. And that's not what I'm about. If I make a mistake, you know, you guys are going to see it. I don't want to do a high polished video on you know, creating something that, you know, isn't me, and isn't in the spirit of being a couple guys hanging out, you know, doing what we're doing. So, you know, from that, you know, just understand that this is not necessarily a step-by-step how-to video kind of thing. You know, you're not going to necessarily get that, you know, where I'm sitting here going step 1, step 2, step... That's just not going to happen. You know, could it happen? Yeah, I mean, you certainly could do a video that way, but I want it natural, man. I just want it. I want it to be natural. I want it to be friendly. I want it to be community, you know. So, you know, if you're watching and you like that kind of, video feel, you know, you've got it here. You know, and with that though, I mean, all my videos are going to be impromptu. I don't do them scripted, so I might get while I think about where I'm going and the next 2 or 3 or 4 things that I'm going to say while I'm doing it. You know, so bear with me. Just keep in mind, you know, this isn't scripted. This is This is just me and you hanging out. So there we are. I'm happy with that. And it didn't take long. No scratches from sandpaper. No marring of the paint. You know, no distress on that paint in anywhere that I did. It's still nice, shiny in all its glory. And, you know, if you were to keep this color, which I'm not sure I'm going to, you could certainly, you know, just work with that. You know, it's now doesn't have that crazy paint on it, but this is probably going to get stripped anyways. If you're just going to strip them, don't bother going through removing the tampos. But this did give me an opportunity to talk about removing tampos with you. So if this is the kind of stuff that you're interested in, drop a comment below. Say, yeah, more stuff. If you're looking for something else, you know, let me know. I'll see about doing a video on it, or maybe answering it in the comment section. If you just want to say, hey, great job, you know, you can do that too. Give me a like and drop a comment. Much appreciated on all of that. The other side too is if you've got a way of doing it, you certainly, you know, let me know your way if you've got what you think is a better way. I may adopt it if I think it fits the way that I do it. I mean, I'm certainly open to learning and sharing info. You know, it surprises me sometimes. I'll watch a video, and even I've watched some really bad videos of people just getting into the, you know, the hobby of restoration and even gas landing, you know, without much experience in this world. And even from people like that who don't have, you know, a wealth of knowledge and wisdom, they still might do something that makes me, you know, that flash in the pan moment where I sit and go, wait, what did he do? How did he do that? You know, so, you know, from that, never take for granted, you know, and I'll watch a video from start to finish, because you never know, you just might miss that flash in the pan moment if you do a quick click and you're out of there. So, you know, give people a chance, let them show you what they're showing you. And if you feel that you find something that's a reliable source, go ahead and subscribe to them and find out, you know, more what they're doing. You know, it's a big community, and it's all about making community better. So from that, I'll see you next time on Gaslands Garage. And like I always say, when you're playing your Gaslands, maximum carnage is always the best option. I'm out of here, guys. It's great having you in the shop.